Alright chat, so these are my personal Witch Queen based weapons. For me, the year of Witch Queen was full of some really cool weapons, some very unique ones. And obviously I used Hookman a lot, but that doesn't count. For me, Austrian was probably one of the coolest hand cannons they released during season of the Haunted. It's an absolute stat monster. It feels extremely good. I really like it. Rose came out this season. I didn't get the perfect roll on it, but I got a very good one. I really enjoy this hand cannon. I think it's super good. The lightweight bonus is awesome. Probably one of my favorite weapons they've added in the last year. It's really fun. With Witch Queen, I used this almost exclusively for a good while. This is probably one of the coolest exotics they added. The only reason I stopped using it is because it gets a little boring. It's just that good. Like, this exotic is incredible. It's too good. So I stopped using it at Witch Queen, but it has a very fond memory in me for helping me clear the legendary campaign a second time, farming like all the characters out, getting ready for the raid, using it in the raid. It was good. Peace of Mind was really good. I used it for PvE stuff mostly. I don't really like pulse rifles very much, but Peace of Mind was very good. As you can see, I still have a lot of retro on it, so that can tell you how long ago I was using it, but I still remember it. It was a very fondly loved weapon by most people. It was a very good weapon. It still is. Submission is probably one of my favorite SMGs they've ever added. I fell in love with this gun for some reason. I crafted it as soon as I could from the raid. I used it non-stop. I really like this weapon. It's super cool. It feels great. I don't know, I love SMGs, so any good SMG will just stay in my inventory. Defiance Biasman, I only crafted this not that long ago. It's really good. It's probably the best sniper in the game, honestly. I think opening shot is broken. Like, on snipers, it just feels so good. I hit shots that I should not hit with this sniper, constantly. I haven't used it as much as my other snipers because I like to use kinetic weapons. But like, genuinely, this is probably one of the best snipers in the game. And you'll still be able to get it because you can farm it from the King's Fault raid. So, it's like, it's really good, okay? It's really good. Vision Zero was a unique weapon. I honestly haven't used it as much as I should have. Because I don't really like pulse rifles very much. But I do have to give props to Bungie for adding another customizable, very interesting weapon. Because, like, to be honest, it is just cool to be able to customize your weapons. I think it's got a problem with it being too much of a thing now, but at the same time, it is still cool. It's got a dual fire mode, which is very unique. I don't know, it's a cool weapon. I think it visually looks very different. I hope in the future they tune it a little bit so it's a bit more better in PvE. Because pulse rifles just don't feel good in PvE. Quicksilver Storm came with the pre-order bonus for Lightfall, so I guess it's technically not a Witch Queen weapon, but it's when you got it, so. But it's really cool, it's very fun. It's probably one of the best feeling 720 auto rifles in the game, but none. In fact, I don't even see like any other autos that compete with this thing. It's generally incredible. It feels super good. It looks really cool. It sounds really good. Like, it ticked all the boxes. I finally got a good roll of this. I've been chasing it. I've been chasing it for a hot minute. This SMG feels really good. It's stasis, so for stasis builds it fits in really well. And that's probably why I like it so much. 900 SMG, good perks, good synergies. It just feels really good. Now, Callous Mini Tool, another one of my favorite SMGs. This returning was really cool because Incandescent was such a unique perk when it came out that it was hard not to love, genuinely. It's one of the coolest perks they added this entire year, in my opinion. I think additions were super cool. And yeah, how can you not love this, honestly? think the other side of it too is just I have the ornament for it, and I think even as a butter stick, it's one of the best looking SMGs in the game. I don't know, I'm just a big fan. Now, what could top a Callus Mini Tool as my favorite energy SMG? It kills with Volt Shot. This gun is genuinely insane. The only reason I haven't used it as much as I would usually is because it doesn't really have much synergy unless I'm using Arc. But I mean, for PvE, this is pretty much unmatched. It is generally one of the best SMGs in the game for PvP and PvE. It is probably one of the best weapons they've ever added to the game from a strength standpoint. It does both jobs to an S tier. It's really, really strong. And it was really easy to get this season, so I kind of like that as well. Now, the first weapon I fell in love with in Witch Queen wasn't an exotic, wasn't a heavy weapon, it wasn't a special weapon, it was Funnel Web. Most people that know me know that I really liked Recluse. I love SMGs, I love 900 SMGs, and Funnel Web was kind of a direct upgrade from Recluse. Now, I have so many rolls of this, I've used it so many different rolls, I've tested it, I've fallen in love with it. This SMG is probably my number one for Witch Queen. I know it's simple, just avoid SMG, but it genuinely feels amazing. It's a workhorse, it works with every build I've got. I have Frenzy builds, I have Subsistence, Adrenaline Junkie builds, like, it is genuinely such a workhorse and it's fantastic. This is probably my number one. It's so good. Now, I finally got to craft this scout. So, like, the other day. Like, 2 days ago or something. So, it's got no levels on it, but I really like Doom of Chelsea's for PvE. And I don't usually like Scout Rifles PvE, but Doom just felt good because it has some really good perk combos. So, I'm gonna level this up and have it ready for the raid. I really like this weapon. It's just good. Now, I was really excited for this gun, and I really, really like it. The only problem for me is I don't really use energy hand cannons. So I've only used it a little bit. I really like it. I have a god roll, or 2, or 3, maybe 4. I have a few. I'm a big fan of the weapon. I think it's really cool. My only disappointment is they gave it a Suros model. I'm very sick of Suros energy weapon models. Bit of a shame. Out of bounds. Now this SMG was like kind of a wake up. It was when SMGs started becoming how to word it, like a meta. And like to compete with Funnel Web, this pretty much had everything you needed. Some people like it more, some people like it less, but I don't know. It felt really good. I really liked it. I think it was the first video I made on the channel about weapons, so it was kind of like a boost to like, I don't know, motivation to make something, because it was the first time I got a Crucible weapon in I can't remember how long. That was actually good, so that was awesome. Arc of Deeds is just really cool from a design standpoint. I think it looks really cool. It's got a unique feel. It's very interesting. I really liked it. Manticore, same thing. Goofy weapon. Really weird. I think with Strand it's going to be super strong. But, I don't know. I had fun using it. It feels really fun to use in PvE because of the damage bonus. I don't know. It just felt fun to use. It's not like broken or S tier, but it just was fun. Aisha's Embrace with triple tap full time charm was like my champion destroying workhorse for a good while there. I really like this. I really like this. It felt really good. It was really cool. Now, for heavy weapons, my current favorite is Wendigo, which I've only just gotten. Cataclysmic is probably one of the best linears in the game. I have like a crafted with enhanced 4 times the switch, which is just really, really strong. Absolute workhorse. This is probably my favorite new archetype that was added. Aggressive frame. It fires like a 3 burst instead of like a 1 burst for linear, which is really cool. It's strong in PvP and PvE. It's a work class. It feels really good. I really like this. This is an upgraded one I got. So I think it's really cool. Now, right off the bat, I saw this with Impulse plus Gluster and I was like, oh, this might feel good in PvP. And it turns out it really does feel good in PvP. This is probably the most consistent rocket launcher I've ever picked up. And yeah, I just really like it for PvP. It just feels really good. It's like really, really satisfying, you know? Which is hard to find, honestly. So I'm super happy with it. I really like it. It's really fun. Overall, just a good addition. Now, this rocket launcher was one of the first drops I got during Witch Queen. I used it throughout the whole of Witch Queen. This was what cleared the day 1 raid for me, was Palm RFB. This exact role, this exact setup. I cleared the raid with this weapon. I got my emblem. Really, really cool. Absolutely love this rocket launcher. It's a shame they nerfed them, but I understand. Parasite, probably one of the coolest weapons added with Witch Queen. It's a fucking grenade launcher that fires a worm at your enemies. It explodes, has massive AoE. It's just really fun to use. You can't go wrong with it, honestly. Anti-ban. Literally, S tier, linear fusion that you could craft super easily. It has to go in here because everyone used it. It's really good. But for me, that's my weapon retrospective for Witch Queen. Not the longest of videos, but hopefully you guys can share what you guys really like to see in weapons, what weapons you saw added, what weapons disappointed you. For me, there was a lot of really good weapons this year, and I can't wait to see what Lightfall brings. Because we get strand perks, like it's gonna be really fun. So I can't wait to see what new stuff we get. I can't wait to see the new hand cannons. Can't wait to see the new SMGs, new sniper rifles, new heavy weapons, rocket launchers, stuff like that. So I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Guac guac and